don't know what we're gonna do, but I don't know. We're gonna do something for the game. Hope this don't free, ever free. I see. We're gonna do something. Let me see. It was another video I wanted to watch, but we're gonna probably got this one first. Oh. I'm gonna start with this. Ugh.
1 minute, you're at top of the game, achieving fame and success beyond your wildest dreams. The next, everyone's mocking your attempts to keep your career on track as you become a walking meme. This is the problem that a rapper named YBN Nahmir faces. Even though he's only 23 years old, he's been put through the ringer in this game to the point that he's considered
how old is this video? 8 months. Okay. Continue.
Towel, and even relied on substance abuse to cope with his traumatic time in the industry. But how did he get here?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, YBN Nahmir, this nigga from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's from Birmingham. Oh, that's what YBN meant? I ain't no idea that's what that meant. He can play video games where he used to record his first DJ. The NBN. Yeah, he from Birmingham. Nigga from Birmingham. He put a bad name on us. Cause you ain't nothing, bro. You really ain't. Also, half these people from down here. I don't have these people. Music. Okay, here we go. Music. Gospel singer. Rapper. Oh yeah, Gucci Mane from Mobile. Who are you? I don't care about none of that stuff. Alright.
Here, and is there any way back? Hi, I'm Luesta. I make weekly video documentaries of things I'm into, so subscribe if you enjoy. And today we're looking at the self-destruction of YBN Nahmir. But before we can analyze how things went so wrong, we need to first take a look at when
no, I ain't gonna say nothing. No, I ain't
he
gonna say
had the
nothing.
world in his hands. Back in 2017, YBN Nahmir exploded onto the scene with a song called Rubbing Off the Paint.
Yep.
If you remember those days, you'll know that this was one of the biggest underground smashes of the year and still has people flocking back to it for a nostalgia hit to this day.
I won't never change, rubbing off the pain, smoking dang.
But rather than just being a hit song, the track was the world's introduction to a new rap crew that looked to be making major moves. The group was YBN, and where rap collectives are formed through friendship or growing up in the same hood, this group was forged on the mean streets of GTA's Los Santos.
Shit, I had Grand Theft Auto 3 when I was 3. I don't know, I got an Xbox 360 and I just started meeting up with people, and shit, we made YBN.
Soon, YBN was formed, with the addition of Texas rapper Almighty J becoming the next important piece to the puzzle.
Nah, we ain't gonna talk about this nigga. Oh my god, he fell off. He only had one good song. I think it was Chopsticks. That was his only good song. The only one that's successful out of YBN is Corday, and that's a damn shame. You only had one nigga that made it out for real. I mean, they made it out, but like, what are they doing? They're not even doing music no more.
Looking for a promising career in IT? Did you know that IT positions will grow by 33% during this decade?
Long at first and spent months dissing each other through their headset.
Wait, what?
Addition of Texas rapper Almighty J becoming the next important
YBN. Almighty J from Texas.
These two didn't get along at first and spent months dissing each other through their headsets, only for Nahmir to end up dragging Jay back from the brink of a life-altering decision.
Like, I always talk to them over the game, and then I started fucking with them on the computer. So it was just like, after that, I blew up. Then I was like, damn, I know Jay. I ain't talked to Jay in like a year. Let me talk to this nigga. He hit me up. He see me blowing up and shit. Holla at Jay. I'm like, fool, what's up? What you finna do? He like, nigga, my mom finna send me to the army, nigga. I'm finna go to the military. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, hell no. F that. Come to Alabama. So he just leave without his mom's permission.
Looking back at where their relationship would go,
come to Alabama. Oh my god. This nigga just said, just come to Alabama. I really feel like he could have. I mean, it could have changed something for real.
It was Nahmir who actually guided Jay towards entering the rap game officially. But maybe that little bit of animosity should have been a warning sign for things to come. Led by Nahmir and his friend Glizzy, with a whole host of other rappers and creatives under their umbrella, Nahmir kept making moves, even landing a coveted Lyrical Lemonade video co-sign with Bounce Out with that in January of 2018. By summer, he'd secure a place in the XXL freshman class, and back then, everybody wanted a piece of him.
Since I came out with Rubbing Off the Paint, you know, there's been other artists that's like been co-signing me and helping me out, you know, like Bryson Tiller, he made a remix to my song. Drake, he shouted me out on his Instagram. Chris Brown, he posted my video like right when it came out.
Adding to the momentum of their crew
God,
was their
this
newest
nigga.
addition, Corday. However, this would be the first mistake that Nahmir made in his rise to the top.
God
but right
damn.
before we talk about how
Why
Corday
they
became a
why they
nightmare
say
for
that?
Nahmir, let's take a moment for a word from our sponsor, Aura. Everyone watching
Corday a
this
mistake.
which means that we have all experienced the annoying feeling of receiving
Corday
a
did
scam.
ask I mean,
Well, it turns out some data brokers are literally selling our info to these
bro,
untested
we don't care about none of this, bro. I don't care.
known as on us. And now let's get back into the video. After hearing a track from Corday, then known as Entendre, and his brother Simba, Nahmir agreed to meet up with him in LA, and soon he joined the YBN crew. But over time, the platform provided by Nahmir would go on to help Corday to achieve Grammy nominations, co-signs from Dr. Dre, and features with Eminem, Anderson .Paak, and Pusha T. At one point, Corday was even named the next J. Cole, and some people even thought he was better than him. But back then, he was just another rapper in the shadow of Nahmir. Around the time that Corday came aboard, this is when Nahmir started to lose control of the narrative surrounding his music and the content of his bars. Besides Corday being seen as the better rapper, Nahmir encountered another problem, which was the fact that he was seemingly a fake gangster. If you've ever heard one of his classic tracks or heard one of his music videos, you'll know that Nahmir leaned into the role of a gangster rapper. The only problem was that in interviews, Nahmir made it known that he was a pretty hardcore gamer as a kid, not a gangbanger. And even as his fame increased, he didn't really steer away from the hours he'd spent running around the virtual trap.
Niggas not trying to see me in GTA 5. All that shit, assault rifles only, all that shit free aim, bitch.
Harmless as it seemed at the time, this would be the first inkling of a weakness that he showed to the world. And once they had it, they ran with it. Particularly when he tried to retell his own life history as if he made it from the trenches.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. It's hot.
Oh my god, bro. Hello?
How you gonna leave me undelivered?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, nigga? Nigga, I'm streaming. Shut up.
Why can't I see you?
I want to texting me.
Really?
Yes.
Like, you know, so I had to get up out of there. I'm in LA with it right now. I only hang with people.
that he showed to the world. And once they had it, they ran with it. Particularly not a gangbanger. And even as his fame increased, he did.
I had like. I make this.
Why are you eating all that?
I add some.
You a big bag nigga, huh? You add chips to what? The coffee?
No chocolate milk.
You huh? You added chips to chocolate milk. Nigga, you
What?
fat.
What?
Nigga, you are fat. Why you adding chips to chocolate milk? That's why your stomach hurts.
Damn.
Huh? Uh-huh. Huh? Leave. Where you going? Where are you going?
At the house.
Oh. I don't know.
Get out the way, loser.
Jeez.
Yoshi.
Come, put you right here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
didn't really steer away from the hours he'd spent running around the virtual trap.
Niggas not trying to see me in GTA 5. All that shit, assault rifles only, all that shit. Free ain't bitch.
Parma says a scene
Nigga, what?
I just told you what.
Man.
at the time, this would be the first inkling of a weakness that he showed to the world. And once they had it, they ran with it. Particularly when he tried to retell his own life history as if he made it from the trenches.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. It's hot, like, you know, so I had to get up out of there. I'm in LA with it right now. I only hang with people that's like older than me. I was out there, but I was cool, like, you feel me? I was smooth. I know a bunch of niggas that done died, know a bunch of niggas that's in jail. I'm talking about niggas life sentences in jail. But it was really smooth. Like, I ain't really had to worry about shit because I know my niggas had me, and like, niggas wouldn't fuck.
This came off as inauthentic to his audience, and it would become one of the main reasons Nahmir started getting clowned on the internet. Users joked by writing, "Low-key, I met his homie that was serving life. We busted him out the plane from a prison. Shit was crazy. Hey, Nahmir, ain't it a blessing we made it out all those GTA missions? From gamer to fake gangster." He probably didn't know this at the time, but unfortunately, this represented a sign of the trolling and hate to come. As Corday continued to rise with every new track he dropped,
Damn,
I'm a
like
software
some
engineer
ad.
at Amazon, and I learned how to code on.
and became the group's real breakout star when his debut album, The Lost Boy, became both a critical and commercial smash. Both Nahmir and Almighty J were left floundering. By this point, Almighty J was best known for his short-lived relationship with Black China, while for Nahmir, he was getting to the end of his rope with the rap game. However, he did give fans some hope of a brighter future when his track Oppa Stoppa with 21 Savage became one of the original viral TikTok tracks, going #1 on the platform. Afterwards, he basically thanked 21 for giving his career a second wind in a time where he couldn't do it single-handedly and finally had some major turbulence come his way. For starters, he saw this album receive persistent delays, meaning that every 3 years after his initial buzz, fans were still starved of a debut album. In a fast-moving world like hip-hop, that might as well be a lifetime, and some fans already checked out before it could drop. In the meantime, one of the rappers from his collective was making big enough waves to secure a feature alongside Jack Harlow on Eminem's song Killer. And soon, what once seemed like a budding empire would soon crumble before his eyes. In August of 2020, Nahmir would hit send on a tweet that would rock the hip-hop world and forever change his life. He wrote, "They left this YBN shit in the gutter. Remember that. I'll turn it up myself." Clarifying to a fan that it's only me, kid, Nahmir suggested that his YBN brothers had abandoned the ship, but over time, he'd grow to regret how he handled it.
It be hella shit in the background, but at the end of the day, we all brothers. We all gonna say something that's gonna f up the image of this shit. We all gonna f around and do something that's gonna f up the image of this shit. It's always gonna be something with a group. And I fucked up by saying that shit too. I know that hurt their feelings by saying that. You never know. They could lash out on me. They lashed out on me before. I lashed out on them before. So it's like, it is what it is.
Left looking like the villain when in reality he was just hurt, Nahmir felt like he'd been shortchanged by the industry. It seemed to him that the industry had taken advantage of their youthful inexperience when they inked their first contract, which ended up causing a split within their group.
The old niggas in the background, you gotta remember, it's always somebody that'll come around, fill your head up, and f it over.
Struggling to get himself back on track, Nahmir's issues would only continue to get worse when the internet just kept piling on him for everything he did. On October 2nd of 2020, for example, a YouTuber by the name of Hello Yassine posted a screenshot that claimed, "YBN Nahmir is really struggling," after his Instagram account had shared what was clearly paid promo for an online marketing agency. In a way that a lot of people saw as defensive, Nahmir instantly clapped back, declaring, "This is how dumb this generation is. Who wouldn't make a simple Instagram post for $5,000? I guess I'm broke, guys. Stay blessed, child." And this kind of scrutiny isn't exactly new. Back in 2018, he asked his followers why people hated him so much. But by this
You said what?
I'm gonna look up some bicycles.
This nigga said a bike. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get this one bike I used to have a long time ago. I forget the name of it, but I gotta look it up. Hold on.
point, it was clear that it was really a simple Instagram post for $5,000. I guess I'm broke, guys. Stay blessed, child. And this kind of scrutiny isn't exactly new. Back in 2018, he asked his followers why people hated him so much. But by this point, it was clear that it was really starting to get to him. He literally had to sit across a table from Adam22 as he said that he had watched his entire career.
Go what?
It's called the Specialized. Hold on.
For special people?
What the hell?
From beginning to end, to the horror and amusement of the internet.
Today I'm in here with somebody who I've seen their entire career from beginning to end, or not end, but from the beginning. And you know,
deflated by what had happened, he once again decided to wave the white flag and let the haters potentially chase him out of the game. After my album, I really just want to be done. Tired of the fake dudes, fake streams, weak-ass conflict of interest, everything. I'm gonna give y'all the best music ever, then I'm gone. In hindsight, there's a chance that YBN Nahmir maybe regrets that he didn't do just that, as even as he tried to retire, he got ratioed and trolled by people posting pics of GTA claiming that this was his hood. It was times like these where he basically became an internet laughing stock, and fans would say anything to provoke another embarrassing response out of him. However, there was light at the end of the tunnel for Nahmir. At 20 years old, Nahmir had assets and money in the bank that he really could have done anything else with his life. Armed with a unique audience in the hip-hop sphere with his background in gaming, Nahmir started a Twitch channel. Initially, his numbers were promising, showing potential for success in this new venture. Instead of running from his youth spent mastering gang warfare in GTA, he could have embraced it and, more importantly, profited from it. Basically, he could have walked away into the sun.
8 Sleep's brand new Pod 4 is truly incredible right out of the box. Installation is pretty simple.
set and left hip hop behind while still making a bag if he was willing to put the hours into becoming a top streamer. But instead, he stuck it out. And amazingly, things managed to get worse when he finally released his debut album.
But the album's supposed to be coming.
Yep, 2021.
Is there a name?
Visionland.
Why is that name?
Is that the one with the
It's my whole
stupid?
life.
For long years after his come up, Nahmir was finally ready to release his long-awaited
That's the one with
debut
the
album.
stupid-
So long-awaited that by the time it dropped, most people hadn't been regularly bumping him for at least 12 months, if not more. Sadly for YBN Nahmir, this meant that before he even dropped the project, people were already declaring it dead on arrival. One user posted on Reddit saying, YBN Nahmir first week sales predictions, he finna go triple aluminum. With expectations like that and audience anticipation at an all-time low, it's no surprise that when the project did drop in March of 2021, it led to sales of just 4K. For comparison, Smoke Perp, who's widely deemed as a rapper with one of the most intense downfalls in hip-hop history, got absolutely destroyed by the internet when he sold 5K first week. So for Nahmir, this must have been a crushing blow. Back when YBN were at the peak of their powers, their first mixtape peaked at number 21, eventually being certified gold in the US with over 500,000 sales. Now, he couldn't even get into 5 figures with a studio project that had him as the headlining artist. With this record flopping and refusing to chart, this should have been the lowest moment of his career. But somehow, things were about to get even worse, as the internet began to get merciless with YBN Nahmir upon hearing the news. One user wrote, "I can outsell YBN Nahmir with this tweet. YBN Nahmir got some awful friends. Everybody in the studio just letting him make Soul Train." This last tweet is referencing one of the worst tracks off the album. And soon, it becomes so notorious that it would actually become the
that
best
one, yeah.
performing track on the whole record by a mile.
If I gave you all my love, I say, would that make you happy, baby? Would that make you happy?
That was so terrible.
What you just had the misfortune of hearing is Soul Train. With over 6.4 million views on YouTube, it's technically the most viewed track he's had since Appa Stoppa with 21 Savage, and there's no signs of it losing that status anytime soon. But with that amount of exposure also came a near historic like to dislike ratio. Not to mention a whole host of hilariously harsh reactions.
Oh, hell no. Bro, I'm scared to put my headphones back on. Bro, I hear the trash without hearing the trash.
I've never listened to it.
Why is this nigga talking like that? Bro, it sound like somebody pulling your nuts.
This song is nothing short of a miracle. A friend of mine heard this song and was able to get out of his wheelchair to walk out the room. Other songs such as Wake Up received similar treatment, although not to this extent. Initially, Nahmir tried to take it in stride and promised to regroup and bring back the sound of the old days. It took a lot for Visionland to come out.
What? Oh. You trying to get a bike from Walmart?
I'm back on that old YBN.
You know what East Chase said? Yeah, that's at East Chase. No, nigga, that's East Chase had all this is a shopping center. I guess you can call it a mall, but but it's not. Eastdale Mall is where we went. We ain't go to East Chase.
And shit though. Watch how I make the
You want a special kid bike. Wait, off topic. I wanna I forgot what bike it was, but it's a licensed bike. And it's a real bike, but they made it off they make it off different things. So, but they just made one off Naruto. You already know where I'm going with this. Bicycle. Is this it? That is it. Yeah. Got like that's the seat. Oh, I ain't seen the seat. That bit nice. I'll put that on Afterpay too. It's on. It's what is that? $8.99. Oh yeah. Or you can just go to a bike shop. Oh, is this what you talking about? Trek bicycle Montgomery. Oh, they have bikes in there? I've seen this store before. I just never been in there. I didn't know they had bikes in there. I know. I didn't know they actually had bikes. Oh, they got pre-owned bikes. Yeah, they got last chance markdowns. Man, these bikes are like $8,000. You can go there by yourself. Let me go back to my video.
The world shut the up, but it's safe to. The song is nothing.
I'll just
short
get a
of
bike from
miracle.
Walmart.
A friend of
Hey,
mine
I
heard
get a
the song and
discount
was
too.
able to get out of his wheelchair to walk out the room. Other songs such as "Wake Up" received similar treatment, although not to this extent. Initially,
This is a switch bike.
Now I'm getting ads about bikes now.
No, this
is
I'm
a
watching-
switch bike. In fact, any bike can be a switch bike, and we really mean
any bike. All you need.
Or you can just
is
go
a
to
switch
Academy and get a bike.
Simply remove your boring old front wheel and replace it with a new
Yeah.
switch motor wheel. Then fit the pocket-sized battery to the handlebars.
or
What?
fit the long-range
You
battery
don't know?
to the frame.
You don't know what Academy
Simply hit
is?
the throttle.
Sports and Outdoors. It's a store
Hi, we're
right
Switch.
next to
And we invented
Spectrum.
the switch kit.
To revolutionize the way you travel. Switch gives you so much power.
It's like me pedaling for you. So whether you're going to work or to the beach,
Whether you're headed out or headed home.
with a switch kit on your bike, the wind is always behind you. And every hill
Look it
is
up.
downhill.
Nahmir tried to take it in stride and promised to regroup. and
Academy,
bring back the sound of the
Outdoors,
old
and
days.
Sport.
It took a lot for Visionland to come out. I'm back on that old YBN shit though. Watch how I make the world shut the up. But it's safe to say that after Soul Train, the damage was done. Because when people already expected it to be awful, all it took was the news that a house they track as downright terrible as that for them to join and pile
Jeez.
on.
I don't think Nahmir dropped the worst project this year, but if you look online, that's what people are trying to say. But what contributes to people doing that is it's just like what's it called? Soul Train joint. Every time somebody points out that it's getting crazy dislikes, it gets 20,000 more. Because on the internet, people follow the narrative.
And the internet did follow. Hell, even some of his fellow artists did. Most notably, Lil Yachty, who said, "Soul Train is fire." He then followed this up later saying, "Shaking my head, sorry, I couldn't even let that tweet breathe," and then proceeded to show a calendar referencing the fact that it was April Fool's Day. Lil Boat wasn't even done yet. After Nahmir tried to take control of the meme cycle by calling it the best song of 2021, Yachty was quick to remind him that it wasn't getting views for the right reasons. No cap, bro, might have the most dislikes of the year. As if things couldn't get any harder to deal with, even one of his former YBN brothers, Almighty J, came in to kick him when he was down.
I mean, that's I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. That shit ass, bro.
Trolled into submission, the very same day that Lil Boat hit him with the reality check, he announced that he'd be stepping back. I'm gonna take a cool little break from everything and everybody. At this point, it seemed like Nahmir was really struggling to stay afloat. After spending years as the internet's punching bag, something changed inside him and altered the way that he carried himself. Soon, we've stopped seeing the Nahmir that was more angry, unstable, and vengeful. And over time, the reasons behind a lot of his erratic behavior and embarrassing conduct would finally come into focus. So as I discussed earlier, YBN Nahmir was never taken seriously as a gangster rapper. As he's revealed in interviews, the most thuggish thing that's ever really happened in his life was when the guns being waved in the music video for Rubbing Off the Paint led him to have to finish his classes at high school online. After the release of Visionland, Nahmir made a noticeable shift to harden his public persona. However, controversy arose when he was accused of false flagging, or falsely claiming gang affiliations. This came to a head when he declared on Instagram that he was repping Crips, despite previously showing ties to GD, a group that's heavily associated with the Bloods, which led to a lot of backlash after he tried explaining the transition in an Instagram live.
How you went from GD to Crip? How I went from GD to Crip? It happened.
And within weeks of that tough talk getting underway, he found himself in another beef, this time with none other than Almighty Jay. It started with Jay trying to capitalize on the celebrity boxing wave by claiming he wanted to fight Nahmir, with Nahmir responding by saying,
So when y'all see Cuz hurt with all them black eyes, niggas ain't hit him with no bottle this time. Tell nigga drop a location in Houston, we gonna pop out. What? We gonna get it done right here.
To which Jay claimed that he was once again trying to portray a fake image.
You don't pop nigga. You went live and said you whoop nigga. You don't whoop nigga. You went live and said nigga know how you get down.
Although this just seemed like a surefire way to up their relevance after both of their albums flopped, Nahmir was soon telling everyone that he was going to get active on Jay. Once again, the rest of the world simply wasn't buying it, with Nahmir suddenly talking like he had the body count of King Von and making Jay, who's younger than him, seem like the mature one. Even people like academics that had previously tried to shoot him some bail now had no choice but to come down on him.
I'm gonna be honest, Nahmir, you look horrible here. You look horrible here. You look like someone who's self-destructing and spiraling when it looks like you're lashing out on somebody.
At some point, it got so bad that Nahmir was basically a parody of himself, repping cities he wasn't even originally from while arguing with trolls via voice notes.
You're from Fort Worth, bro. Let's be honest, nigga. I'm from North Long Beach. Like, nigga, do you filthy, like, really beat your... Nigga, all that little lifting weights and all that is out. Like, that do not matter. You really good, bro, and then shoot you in your face.
Imagine how your life could change if you could upskill yourself and secure a position in the...
Thanks right after, cuz, like, come to Fort Worth and beat your ass and shoot your mama house up, dude. Be honest with yourself.
Hearing Nahmir tell someone else to be honest with themselves seems very hypocritical by now, because the more and more he tried to perpetuate this gangster image, the more he got clowned by anyone with actual street credentials, with someone even claiming that Nahmir is Slim Jesus, minus the admitting everything's a gimmick part. Without any real context, Nahmir's behavior just seemed straight up bizarre. In a matter of 4 years, he went from a rapper who had a unique flow and sound that looked like it might have some real longevity to it, to just another MC who'd let the industry and the pressures of living up to an image essentially destroy them. In the process, he left fans going back to his old hits and wondering just where it could have all gone wrong. 2017, Rubbing Off the Paint. 2021, Rubbing Off the Potential. But soon, Nahmir would make an admission to the world that made his years of erratic antics seem a little easier to understand. In 2022, Nahmir opened up about his struggles with alcoholism, detailing how he'd been struggling for 3 years and how it's changed him to the point that he'd lost so many loved ones. After he got it out of his system, it seemed like Nahmir managed to get on something close to a positive track again. Suddenly, all the bravado was gone and a more humble, honest version of the rapper re-emerged in interviews. He even acknowledged that everything he had been through online had gotten to him.
I'm not the type of person that just, oh yeah, I'm not gonna check my YouTube comments or Instagram. I check all that shit. And I'm like, damn, I really saying this? I was just on my motherfucking side. I'll be like, damn, I be feeling hurt in the motherfucking house. But it's just how life go. Like, it's just how this shit go. Like, it's not your fault, but you just being you. And then they can come right back. And that's the part of maintaining and keeping your goal structure.
That same year, he was reminded that even if hip-hop's online world had pretty much written him off, the industry actually hadn't. To the surprise of everyone, Nahmir inked a new deal with Def Jam, becoming the first person since 2006 to make the jump across the aisle after being on the Atlantic roster. Since then, he's been steadily dropping music, even catching the audience's attention with tracks.
You gonna go to sleep. Are you staying on or are you hanging up? Are you hanging up? All right. Retail. Alright.
Like Bose, sounding like a throwback to the days he was hungry and giving fans hope for the future. Since 6 to make the jump across the aisle off, the industry actually hadn't. To the surprise of everyone, Nahmir inked a new deal with Def Jam, becoming the first person since 2006 to make the jump across the aisle after being on the Atlantic roster. Since then, he's been steadily dropping music, even catching the audience's attention with tracks like Bose, sounding like a throwback to the days he was hungry and giving fans hope for the future. If he keeps going with this flow, he might come back. But addiction doesn't often give him that easy, and he's recently revealed that he's heading back to rehab. This time to hopefully get the demons off him once and for all. Rehab soon, he tweeted recently. Understanding your addiction and admitting to it is the first step. Pray for me on this hard journey. I'm not out here doing hardcore drugs, he continued. I'm addicted to alcohol. I just need a little help, that's all. I pop perks here and there, smoke some weed, normal shit, but I do feel my body failing. I gotta be here for the people that are here for me in the long run. I want to be sober. Since then, those tweets have disappeared, and after being clowned on the internet so many times, it's easy to see why Nahmir thought twice about this moment of vulnerability.
But losers, before we jump into today's video, I want to thank the
nigga lame, man. I mean, he getting better, so can't really say that much. Can't really say that much, but fake gangster ain't the way.